Thank you. Now, I have a song, actually a series of songs that deal with the rest of the staff. Those precious people who serve on church staffs that nobody knows about, nobody knows what they do, they're just there. And this first one especially, the education director. Nobody knows what the education director is supposed to do. They don't even teach you that in the seminary. So I thought I would try briefly to outline the work of the Minister of Education to fill this great gap that has existed in our knowledge thus far. Let me tell you of an education man. His name was Brother Ed. He had more sense than the rest of the staff, but he didn't let it go to his head. No, he didn't let it go to his head. Brother Ed knew how to push and promote so that nobody could complain. He took the stew out of stewardship drives and the pain out of budget campaigns. Oh yes, the pain out of budget campaigns. When he organized the library drive, he said, bring all your books to me. All he got was the life of Norman Vincent Peale and 3 copies of the RSV. Amen. 3 copies of the RSV. Oh, the WMU at Lottie Moontime knew that Ed was on their side. He found a missionary who had a remote control projector for his slides. Oh boy, remote control projector for his slides. Brother Ed was educated and skilled with a BS and MRE. But the thing that keeps him humble and meek is a pastor with a PhD. Yes, sir, a pastor with a PhD. Here's to the new slick minister of music, a most delightful fella. When he is directing and we're not suspecting, you switch to a cappella then. Isn't it a lovely sound with no instruments to drown all of the parts now blending so? Isn't it a pure delight? Wonder how the Campbellites found out about it long ago. You won't regret a Sunday operetta. Just pay your tithe and come on in. And for religion we'll have a smidgen between the special music and the parting hymn. I'm always hearing sour notes when the choir starts to sing. I wonder if it's in my ear or if someone's flat. Some fellas listen to the tenors, other fellas listen to the bass. I always listen for the sour notes in Amazing Grace, believe me. I'll keep on hearing sour notes, hoping to find another reason to complain. When I came to my new place of service, there they had a reception for me, and the personnel chairman seemed nervous as I heard him whisper to me. Shake hands with the pastor's daughter Jill, and here's her sister Sue, and here's the secretary of adult department too. Shake hands with Deacon Johnson, he's a most important man, and I know you want to make a good impression if you can. I'd like to present the superintendent of primary 1, and here's our youth director, he's an awful lot of fun. And here's the pastor's secretary, Miss Virginia Sneed. A photographic memory is just the thing you need for teachers and deacons and superintendents and married young people and single ones too. That's 10 secretaries and church dignitaries from RA and GA and WMU. Shake hands with the church librarian, and here's her husband Ed, and that's the church's treasurer with the ice pack on his head. I hope you can remember names, for though it's hard to believe, your predecessor couldn't, and that's why he had